every championship football game, the play called for a player to run the ball up the middle for the go-ahead touchdown. The player took the handoff and plunged into the line. Eventually, pinned at the bottom of a pile, the player reached his fingers forward and could feel the goal line. The goal was only 2 inches away. Joseph Worthland, the player, recalls, "At that moment, I was tempted to push the ball forward. I could have done it. I would have been a hero. No one would have ever known. I had dreamed this moment from the time I was a boy, and it was right there within my reach." Said Shakespeare, "To thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night to the day, that thou canst not be false to any man." Honorable judges, teachers, and fellow students, are right and wrong relative? Do they change from occasion to occasion, or should we define guidelines of proper behavior upon which to anchor our characters? The Oxford Canadian Dictionary defines these principles of good behavior as standards. I personally see standards as rules or expectations we make for ourselves to follow, rules we choose to follow because they're engraved in us. Honesty, integrity, purity, and respect are some of the character traits defined by the standards we choose to live by. Brian Tracy, an American television host, once said, "You can become an even more excellent person by constantly setting higher and higher standards for yourself, and then by doing everything possible to live up to those standards." What we'll follow during our life is greatly determined by the decisions that we make now. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was known as Honest Abe. On many occasions, he took the time and had the courage to follow his standards. Once, Lincoln walked several miles to return a few cents to a customer who had accidentally overcharged at his former job as a store clerk. As Lincoln showed, we need to have the courage to follow our standards, despite what others say. And depending on how high our standards are in life, the outcomes of our lives will change. There are people in our society who are worthy of our respect and admiration. What makes them so special? Why does everyone respect Batman and not the Joker? Do you think it's because he has special powers? Or do you think it's because of the values he stands for, good and justice? Elmer G. Letterman once said, "Personality can open doors, but only character can keep them open." The standards we live by define our character and are necessary to take us far in life. In the familiar story, Alice in Wonderland, Alice finds herself at a fork in the road. Suddenly, a mysterious Cheshire cat pops up. Alice asks him which way she should go. The cat responded by asking where Alice wanted to end up. Unsure, Alice said she didn't know. "Then it doesn't matter which path you take," said the cat. Depending on where we want to end up in life, our standards will vary. All of us have certain opinions and feel very strongly about things that are beneficial to us and our societies. If we strive to be filled with honesty, integrity, and purity, we can improve and strongly benefit our world like a pollinating bee benefits a dying flower. Lee Perry, son of Elton Perry, an apostle in the LDS Church, practiced high jumping. He would set a pole to a certain height and jump. One day, when his father returned from work, Lee was practicing in the backyard. His father asked how high the bar was. Lee said, 5 feet 8 inches. "Why that height?" asked his father. "You must clear that height to qualify for the state track meet," said Lee. The conversation continued, and Lee's father discovered that Lee never missed that height. So his father advised him to raise the bar. Then in my niece, Lee replied, "If you don't try, you will never know your full potential," said his father. We need to set high standards for ourselves so that we can reach our full potential in life and make our world a better place. All throughout my life, I have seen the benefit of setting standards. On many occasions, I've walked away from situations that don't agree with my rules or expectations. I do not agree with swearing and avoid it. Now, I feel I don't need to swear, and now I'm able to more eloquently express myself, using a stronger vocabulary than I would have otherwise. My parents don't drink or smoke, and I have noticed the benefit it has had on their lives. So I have made the decision for myself to not drink or smoke either. Now, if and when I am pressured to do so, the decision will be easier for me to make. Joseph Worthland did not push that ball forward because of standards he had set for himself previously in life, even though it could have easily made him a hero. Standards are principles of good behavior, and I challenge you to set high standards, and I promise you that as you follow high standards, you and everyone around you will, as Brian Tracy said, be an even more excellent person.